Assalamu alaikum. This is a great crowd we have here today, and I'm very honored to deliver this speech. And I hope that we will see more of these gatherings here because of the importance of culture, I think, in any society. And I think this is something, an importance that we all recognize very much in the UAE. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, a good afternoon. I would like to begin by extending my sincere gratitude to the Abu Dhabi Department of Culture and Tourism for their efforts in hosting this summit. The summit offers an important platform for us to share our perspectives on the vital role that culture plays in shaping societies around the world, and to celebrate the importance of culture here in the United Arab Emirates. The theme of this summit, A Living Culture, is an acknowledgement of the fact that culture is constantly rooted in the same core heritage and values that it was founded on, a notion that the UAE perfectly embodies. Of course, culture is a very important component of what defines us as nations. And here in the UAE, we are especially conscious of that reality, given that last year we celebrated our 50th anniversary as a nation. So I would like to say a few words about Emirati culture and our values, because these shape our identity in enduring ways, both at home and in our dealings with the world. And about why, in our rapidly changing world, we must not only protect the culture and values that our nation was founded on, but we must harness them as our guiding light as we navigate our way through changing waters. The UAE is a nation built on exchanges, tolerance, and open-mindedness toward different people and cultures. These are powerful elements of our national identity. Even before unification, our society embraced people from diverse backgrounds with a genuine desire to exchange knowledge so that we could harness the best of everyone's talents and appreciate points of commonality. And more than 50 years on, the spirit of openness, that ability to strengthen our cultural heritage while also looking outwards, has been passed on from one generation to another. Today, the UAE is home to people who come from all over the world. Our nation continues to be shaped and strengthened by the strong culture we have collectively built, which has propelled us to global influence in areas like education, trade, and technology. My personal reflections from living here and watching the UAE's growth are that our country has always been a very cosmopolitan place. Growing up in Dubai, which at the time was a small but active seaport in the Arabian Gulf, I could hear various languages being spoken, see the styles of dress from other parts of the world, and witness the buzzing energy of merchants from around the region and beyond. My experience is anecdotal, but our rich cultural heritage has indeed long been open to various influences. This is particularly true of India, whose influence we can see in our food, for example. At the same time, while the UAE is a young country, it is part and parcel of the rich heritage of Arab and Islamic culture. Arab and Muslim individuals who have achieved remarkable success, whether in the arts, sciences, humanitarian, or other fields, are an inspiration to all of us. These deep roots and attachments have served us well and have gone hand in hand with our efforts to consolidate a national identity for a young country. The UAE today showcases various perspectives on the region's cultures. It has an Emirati identity, but it is also a melting pot for other Arab cultures, and it is heir to a cosmopolitan outlook, unlike anywhere else in the region or indeed in the Arab world. A good example of this is the Arab art scene. A visitor who goes to Cairo or Beirut or Baghdad will most likely be exposed to the modern national art of those countries. Yet in the UAE, modern Arab art has a wider lens that includes all countries I mentioned and others. I suggest that moving forward, we continue to strive to consolidate a more distinctive cultural identity for our young nation. The UAE is uniquely positioned to synthesize a modern perspective on Arab culture by virtue of the more than 2 million Arabs living here and our country's growing soft power. We should also aim to make use of our rich diversity beyond national or Arab cultural aspirations. Distinguished guests, while we have seen significant transformations in the UAE over the last 50 years, our culture remains rooted in the same values. To name a few, these include a commitment to the well-being of all people living here, to women's empowerment, to constant innovation and cooperation, to continued prosperity and economic development, and to tolerance of other religions and cultures. These values continue to hold strong now. Our progressive culture and values are also core to our position in international affairs and the globe in general. These are complex times. We are living in issues like the COVID-19 pandemic and its economic fallout on the global economy or turbulence in the international system. They all threaten to change the ways in which societies live. To overcome these challenges, we must expand our capacity for cooperative behavior because as societies and individuals, we are stronger working together, and there is much we can learn from one another. And we must recognize these challenges as opportunities to use our abilities to the fullest and take charge of our future. As we navigate these changes through culture and shared values, we can find common ground, bridge understanding, and foster genuine respect, both between people and between nations. We have been able to harness the spirit by continuing to build bridges and to strengthen relations in our regions and beyond. Brokering the Abrahamic Accords 2 years ago, for example, has helped to offer a message of hope and opportunity in the region and can be a catalyst for positive change. The core values that help to shape agreements like these are the foundations of long-standing partnerships, whether it be at the negotiating table or in solving global challenges. Their power should not be underestimated. Shared values also serve as a bridge between societies. They are a way for leaders and countries to show the world who they are and what they find important. We saw this come to life with Dubai Expo 2020, which served as an important platform for nations and people to learn about other cultures, strengthen existing relationships, and build new ones. Moreover, many of the challenges we are facing today are increasingly transnational, whether it be climate change, food security, or health. It is important that we work to build together trust and understanding with other countries and their people. This can help forge alliances on political, economic, issues that will help us jointly face whatever challenges come our way. The UAE's hosting of COP28 next year will be a prime example of this. Climate change is an issue where all countries have an interest in finding a practical solution, and where the route to success lies in building trust, cooperation, and understanding between nations, respecting each other's perspective, but forging a common way forward. This is why the UAE is so well placed to make a success of this vitally important event. Excellencies, distinguished guests, there is an abiding sense in Emirati culture that we must use our abilities to innovate, to improve, so that we can always be giving something back to the societies we serve. In the same sense, we must remember that the values that have served our society so well at home also make possible the building of constructive political, economic, and social relations at the international level. Tolerance, coexistence, and open-mindedness towards people and cultures flow naturally from our homes and out from our shores. Indeed, just a short distance from this summit is the most recent embodiment of these values, the Abrahamic Family House. This site, which will bring together the places of worship of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, serves as a powerful representation of shared histories and values and the power of dialogue over division. So I would like to sincerely thank you for the efforts made by all those who have organized this summit, as I believe it is conversations like this that will serve as the stepping stones for greater tolerance and more robust cultural ecosystems moving forward. As a diplomat and someone who is passionate about cultural heritage and the arts, I am constantly struck by how intertwined these issues are. And this summit has always clearly elucidated this link. And while we may have traded pearls and spices for modern-day technologies, we must never forget our roots, as they have made us who we are today. As we reflect on our recent celebration of our 50th anniversary as a nation, I truly believe that the possibilities are endless for the next 50. Thank you very much. Thank you.